fact, we will never enjoy true success until we learn to see the big picture. Hi, I'm Steve Diggs. This is The Big Picture. Welcome aboard. Today we're going to be talking on the homepage about doing a family or a personal budget. And again, I know what you're thinking. I don't like budgets. I don't even like to think about budgets, but I'm going to tell you this is a good time for a checkup from the neck up. This is when we're going to talk about how to have a budget and still have a life. As a matter of fact, how to have a better life because of our budgets. And again, I promise this isn't going to be like doing a diet or going through a root canal. We're going to look at a few cool ideas right here, right now, that I think are going to help you going forward. I will tell you that I think that there are at least 3 things that we need to think about as we get into a budget. Number one, we need to consider the benefits of a budget. This motivates us. This helps us understand the good things that can come as we do the right things with our money. I would encourage you to understand that if you've got a budget, it means that sooner or later you're not going to have those creditors ever bugging you again. They're not going to be calling you at 12 o'clock at night wanting their money. It means that the waiter in the restaurant will never come back to your table with your credit card waving around in front of your friends saying, hey, this thing didn't work. Have you got a good one? Having a budget means that we're not going to be having so many fights with our spouses, and that would be a hoot for some of us. It's going to fundamentally change the way we look at life. We're going to wake up in the morning with a lot more attitude of gratitude and a lot more of a focus on what can be. That's the first thing. The second thing I would suggest is that we need to reframe the term budget. You know, the word budget is not one that most people even like. And that's what marketers have learned anyways. All around the country, marketers do a lot of reframing. For instance, we don't have used cars anymore, do we? These are now all pre-owned autos. And we don't have TV reruns. These are encore performances. And of course, we don't have as many penalties from the credit card company. They don't like to talk about penalty charges. They like to talk about service fees. I got to think about this whole thing. Why don't we too do our own, rephrasing of what a budget is? Why don't we call a budget what it really is? Instead of calling this thing a budget, why don't we call this our personal financial freedom plan? Or you can just simply call it your PFFP for short. I like this phrase. It's simple, it's about our finances, and it will give us freedom if we will just plan. So that to me is the key. And by the way, planning a budget, pretty simple stuff. Get a sheet of paper, write down from most important to least important what you have to spend this month on everything. Don't forget things. Remember all of the little things and add them up. That is your budget. And if it's more than you have coming in, then you have to cut some things off of it, or you have to get some more work. But it changes things. And thirdly, give it a test drive. Take it out for a 6-month run. Sometimes people will start to do a budget, and in the first 2 or 3 weeks in particular, they hate it because it just seems to be mucking up the way they've done life. Trouble is, the way we've done life up until now hasn't gotten us very far. But if you will give it 6 months and not let anything get you off course for that period of time, you may be pleasantly surprised at how much better your life is going forward from that point. It's time for a checkup from the neck up. Do it with a budget. I'm Steve Diggs. This has been The Big Picture. See you next time.